Oh, what's going on YouTube? It's Donnie B all day, and I am super stoked, super happy, super excited. I did another collaboration piece with the Khukuri House in Nepal, KHHI, and give you a little bit of who they are, what they look like. That is the place right there to go get the finest made kukris in the world. So these guys have been doing it forever. These are handmade kukri blades from Nepal. Now you saw they made the dbad preacher, and a lot of people went out and ordered the dbad preacher after I had it made. My design that they made, and now people can buy one. You can go and buy a dbad preacher. If you haven't seen it, look up the video. It's the Khukuri House dbad preacher, the preacher, or dbad preacher. So I made another one. I came up with a new design, and I called it the dbad OEF Defender. Oh, it's a Defender. I gave them the specs. I told them what I wanted. I drew it up. I made a beautiful diagram, and they masterfully made it happen. So we are looking at 50 to 100 steel. 50 to 100 steel. Holy moly. That is beautiful steel. So you can see it's a little messy because I've been playing with it, but wipe off some of that crud. This thing, I designed it to be an ultimate fighting knife, and I mean ultimate fighting knife. So if you look at a ruler, right, and you go to the half-inch mark, and so here's a 0, and then it goes quarter, and then half-inch mark, then you have a bunch of lines in between those, right? And from the quarter mark, and then you have like a 16th mark, right? And it's like right next to the quarter. And if you have a really good ruler with a bunch of extra little lines, they're called 30 seconds. And if you go past the quarter to the next 32nd, right? So you're looking at 9 of those 30-second lines. 9 30 seconds. That's how thick this is. That's right. That is beyond a 1/4 inch thick of 50 to 100 steel, perfectly heat treated, perfectly tempered. This thing is amazing. So we're looking at 11 inches in the blade. We're looking at about 16 and a half overall with the beautiful little design piece on the end there. The handle I designed because I wanted it to be 100% traditional kukri in the handle. That's what I wanted. It's called whitewood. So I told him I wanted it pinned, which is dotted. It's called dotted there. So dotted whitewood, and so it's true full tang, and you can see the tapering. And the reason they do this is because if you left it this thick all the way down, then the rear would be too heavy for the front, and the balance would be thrown off. These guys know how to do a taper on a blade to give you a perfect balance. And then to taper the blade, that means you also have to taper the scales, and they do so to where it's almost invisible. It's so perfectly done. And when I say they, oh, and before I even get into it, handmade sheath, right? Handmade leather sheath, beautifully made. You have your leg tie here. You have your frog here that's on there. And it is wood on the inside, leather wrapped. I went with the tan because it's my OEF Defender, my Operation Enduring Freedom fighting knife that I made to where I wish I had this in Afghanistan. This, whoo-wee, awesome. So give you a little what's going on with some of the packaging here. They send it in a box wrapped up very well. It's not going anywhere. This is it's like a felt but a paper at the same time. It's pretty crazy. So this is who they are. You can look them up. You got all information on there. But just go to their website. Just go to their the Khukuri House website, and it's thekukrihouse.com. But they wrap it up in this really nice soft paper. right? And then they give you all kinds of stuff. They give you little catalogs and books and how to take care of your kukri knives. But beyond that, they give you one of these with all of their knives. This is the maker, right? It's his entire bio. And this is the second maker I've had that did one of my customs. And I just sent them another custom design through email. And I'm waiting to hear back, and hopefully we'll have another one done. So let's see. This guy was born November 24th, 1976. He lives in Karmi, Ward number 3, Kotang, Nepal. He has 8 members in his family. This guy has 8 family members, which means you need to buy more knives because this guy needs to feed 8. All right, so buy knives from the Khukuri House. Not only are you getting an amazing knife, but you're supporting amazing people. Let's see, he's married. He's been a craftsman since 1996. He's been working at KHHI since 2012. He has his maker's mark, which is an M, and if you look at the blade, you will see the M. That's the maker's mark. So whenever he makes a blade, he stamps a little M on there, and that's how you know who made your blade, by that mark. So it's a really cool thing to put on there. Let's see, he specializes in traditional parawal and panawal versions. He does about 30 to 35 pieces a month. This guy is busy, right? And he is SLC passed for his qualification. His name, and I really hope I get this right because I know he's going to see it, is Mangladan Biswakama. I hope I got that right. I really hope I did. But that's my man right there. That's the maker of this knife. This guy came through. He came through. So that's what they do. They give you a bio. Not too many knife companies give you a bio of the actual person who made your knife, so you can actually look and see the face of the guy who put this thing in your hand. That's awesome to me. So let's see. I've been shaving, doing a little knife work, so let's see if I have some hairs that can come off of there. Oh, I have a few coming off. I wish I had a thicker spot of hair, but hopefully you'll be able to see this. Hopefully you'll be able to see this. Hopefully you'll be able to see all the hairs that knocked off of there. They're kind of on both sides. But is it sharp? Oh yeah, it's take the hair off an arm sharp. So right away, the first thing we learned is that it's made of great material. It's made by a great company. It's made by a great knife maker, and they do it upright. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this guy on the outer side of the house, and we are going to use it a little bit. Now, it's a fighting knife, and I haven't got anybody to agree to fight me with it. So we're just going to have to fight trees and stuff. So let's get out there and let's test this Khukuri House dbad OEF Defender. That's right. All right, so close everything up. Let's put on some shoes and get out there. It's a rainy day, so I don't want to be out there long, but we're going to be out there enough. All right. So I wanted to do a water bottle cut, right? A little water bottle test, but I didn't want some flimsy water bottle, so I'm taking out a big boy for the big boy. And when I say taking out, well, let's just see. All right, here we go. Yeah. So it is no problem coming straight up and through. It's a beast. All right, let's keep going. All right, so here we are at the old stump. And what we're going to do is some 4-foot drops, and we'll see how straight she falls, and it should be like an arrow. Wow. Wow. Because of the, I think I forgot to mention that the swedge is like a 90% sharpened. I can run my finger on it, but it does come to a point. Because it is a fighter, it needs to be able to have a backslash. It's not like a camp knife where you usually have your swedge flattened at the top. That right there alone, just the swedge alone is deadly. We'll be using that too. All right, let's do one more drop, even though we know what it's gonna look like. Oh man, it literally, just dropping from 4 feet, you get about an inch of bite in there. Let's do a couple hard downward throws. Wow, it's definitely a fighter. It's made to put in the hand and fight with. It's not made to throw. It's because the end flares out. It's a typical Kukri handle. The end flares out so you never lose it. It's made to stay in the hand. So trying to throw it, it fights you to throw it because it wants to be in your hand. Ugh. Man, this thing is solid. This is solid. Solid as a rock. All right, so let's keep going here. I think did the camera turn? Or did I just turn? I don't even know. All right, so let's baton. Let's baton. Now, it's going to be hard to baton because it's a fighter and it's got a sharpened swedge. But it's not going to be too hard because it's a mammoth blade made by the greatest kukri makers in the world. Bam. Bam. This wood is really, really saturated. It's making it tough to go through, but definitely not impossible to go through because, well, it's the greatest kukri makers in the world. Look at that. The downward swing just stuck. What I want to do is try a downward swing backwards and use the swedge to hit this piece of wood. Bam! This thing is awesome. I think I just barely got it. Bam! Bam! Bam, 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 bam! This is just crazy, crazy goodness. Crazy goodness. Bam! I am loving it. Guys, this is a designed fighting knife, not a designed camp knife. But you hear all that bam, bam, bam? That's because this thing is bam, bam awesome. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's find some more things to swat at. Oh, you know what we didn't do? You know what we didn't do? We just walked right past it all because I got so excited. We didn't do like edge tests with even though, again, it's not for it, but let's see. Let's get a nice piece to start with and get a nice side grip here because it's so big. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. When you're talking about an 11-inch blade, it shouldn't handle so nicely where you can absolutely feather paper thick feathers. I mean, it shouldn't be this easy with a knife this big. But these guys know how to balance. And I can design all I want, but they're the ones that do the tapering. They're the ones that make this work. And yeah, the design is mine, which means I already know it's awesome because, well, I'm awesome. But I could design the greatest design in the world, and if it's not put together right, it doesn't matter. These guys make it matter. Woo! These guys make it matter. Let's yell at the dog. Hey, what are you doing over there? Got to get him up here. So, yeah, it does all that. It does pretty much everything you want it to. Can I carve with it? Can I notch with it? Can I chop with it? Well, that's what we're going to find out. But we know we can do basic camp needs like feather sticking and notching and carving and all that stuff, all with a gigantic, massive, awesome, super fighting knife made in Nepal by the Khukuri House, KHHI, the greatest Kukri knife makers in the world. No doubt about it. Hold on. All right, so I'm going to do something different that I never do. I have a cow bone here, right? And what I want to do is I want to use my sharpened swedge and take a whack at this cow bone. Oh my goodness. I just took a huge chunk off the bone. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Let's check the swedge, see if there's any damage. None at all. The only damage is to that bone. that I just took apart a little bit. All right, so I haven't done that yet. I haven't taken a knife and swung at a cow bone, right? But this one I did, and as you can see, there's nothing wrong with hitting a cow bone with this knife. Now, I saw something the other day when I was walking through the yard that I wanted to make sure I got to with a good knife. And here I have a vine. I don't know if you can see it. There's a vine dangling, right? It's set up to nothing. It's not, you know, grounded. So hitting this with a knife, it's going to make it move. In order to cut something that's free hanging, you have to have, well, besides speed and angle correctly, you have to have a good edge. And we are going to see if we can't just go ahead and go through that. Let me put you guys down for a second. Let's open this up. Put you guys down and see if we can't go through this vine. Oh! Holy, look how clean that is. On a free hanging, dangling vine. Just so nice. I saw that there the other day and I thought, man, I really want to use something to swat at that. And well, you know, the Khukuri House sent me a perfect knife for it. All right, so let's take it to a log here. Let's take it to not just a log, but a tree, a downed tree, and see how we can chop with it. Now, again, fighting knife, right? Fighting knives aren't made to chop down trees, but big knives generally should have no problems. And I have to say that the Kukri handle makes it so much easy because you use the OK grip like a Kukri. You know what I mean? You release, you go. You release, you go. And that means it takes nothing as far as work out of my hand. What that dog's doing. So I'm literally letting the knife do all the work. And the knife is working. I mean, look at this. Getting a tree in my mouth. Look at this. This is probably going to be one of my better choppers. This is going to be one of my better choppers. This thing, for a fighting knife, is chopping like a maniac. Guys, the dbad OEF Defender by the Khukuri House. Doesn't get much better than that. So let's take a few chops with the swedge. Look at that. Even the swedge is just knocking chunks. So if you have an okay chopper, like a chopper that's decent, that's about what my swedge is. Turn it around and forget it. And look at this, I'm doing short strokes. My arm is barely moving. I'm just using a quick OK grip. Quick OK. And it's just dropping onto the wood and decimating it. That is exactly what a big knife should be doing. It should be just tearing through things. Let's get a good look at this edge. Oh yeah. It is pure. It is pure goodness. Let's get a look at this swedge. After chopping through cow bones and a tree, it is pure goodness. Now, I told you it's not a throwing knife, but we're gonna try. I threw it a little short. Didn't make it all the way there. It's a big, heavy knife. Yes, right there, the handle hit the ground. The problem is, it's a very small disc and a very large knife. But I hit it, I just rolled out. Now to throw it, I'm choking way up on the swell. Oh, it kind of bounced in. Let's get used to this one. Yes. All right, so oh my God, it actually split the wood. Wow. I split the wood with that impact. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So I told you before that it was difficult to throw, but I can tell you right now, it doesn't mean it's impossible to throw. This thing is a work of art. So now if I have to put it somewhere, hold on, let me yell for the dogs. Hold on. All right, since this thing is an OEF Defender, I figured might as well put it up against my OEF Defender Jeep. So I'll tell you what, guys, it's starting to rain right now, so this is perfect timing to end this video. This thing is just awesome. Amazing knife. Amazing knife. I mean, I love it. I couldn't love it any more than I do. It handles exactly the way I thought it would when designing it. It punctures through everything. It's strong. It's slashing mad. And beyond that, it's just gorgeous. Gorgeous piece of art right there. I mean, I couldn't employ a better knife maker to make my customs than the Khukuri House in Nepal. I mean, I love working with these guys. I love our collaboration pieces. And I love the fact that I have gotten emails or messages from so many people telling me that from my videos that they went to Khukuri House and either bought one of the Kukris or they had my preacher made for them. And every single person who wrote to me saying that they took my advice and went to Khukuri House, every single person who bought is extremely happy. Every single person loves, and I mean loves, what they got from the Khukuri House. And there's a reason. It's because they are awesome. They take care of their customers, and the builders put so much pride and effort into their work. It just screams, this is what I do for a living. It screams, this is my passion. These guys are the greatest. They're the greatest, and I'm not done. We have more designs of mine that are going to be done by the Khukuri House that I'm going to be bringing you, that not only are you going to be able to see here and say, wow, that was really cool, dbad, that was nice. You're going to be able to say, all right, I want one, I'm going to get one, and you can get one. You can buy a knife just like this, and all you have to do is contact me. Contact me. I'll get you my specs. I'll send you a drawing of the knife, and then what you do is you just reach out to them by email and you say, hey, listen, I saw Donnie B All Day's review on this knife, and you add the picture to the email and you say, I want one. They'll give you a price, you pay for it, bam, you got yourself a handmade custom blade. Not a production blade, a handmade custom, right? This isn't some production line. You order these specifically. And that's the best thing. The preacher and these are knives that you're not going to see anywhere else. You can only get them from the Khukuri House. That's the only place. And they are worth it. This thing, whew, having that Kukri handle, I'm really glad I went with that, because, I mean, when you're talking about the greatest Kukri makers in the world, nobody does it better. Nobody does it better. And everything about this entire package is just beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So, to the Kukri House, to my friends over there, to my maker, thank you. Thank you for once again coming through and making an amazing piece. I'm pretty sure you will end up having to make a few more of these for people. Great job. Great job. I'm totally and super excited and stoked and happy and very, very pleased. I can't wait to get to the next project. dbad and the Kukri House. Woo! Coming together, baby. I love it. I'm Donnie B all day. And until next knife.